Hello everyone and welcome to Pennsylvania Outdoor Life. I'm Don Jacobs in the Pennsylvania Outdoor Life cabin. Today is one of the Sundays that you can indeed go out and hunt, and especially archery. Archery hunters are very happy right now. The rut is on. Now the weather's been a little messed up, but take a look at this. We were out with the Pennsylvania Game Commission. We've actually seen some beautiful bucks chasing does. We're preparing hunting stories for you. That'll take place next week. But right now we are indeed going to focus on bass fishing. The fall bite is on. Doug Jones from Two Fish Guide Service gave us a call and said we can go out and catch some big ones. And that's exactly what we did.
Today we're at Wyoming County in Pennsylvania. Going to launch out of Tunkhannock here. Enjoy the beautiful foliage that we have today. It's hanging on for quite a few extra weeks this year, so we're getting to enjoy that. We're going to go out and hopefully find some nice smallmouths and have a good day. This time of year, I love to start with the jerkbait, and if they're on that, that's great because it's, usually you can see them take it, and that's exciting, right? To see that. There was some top water before it got cold. Yesterday there was quite a few fish jumping up and coming up to the top, so looks like they're trying that again, but it seemed to have slowed down on us. But we'll do the jerkbait, swim bait, and then if we have to, we'll bust out the jigs and do jigs if they're not wanting to come up after those.
How are you going to fish that?
So usually our first cast into a spot, we'll just reel back slow, so it's up in the column a little bit and it's just coming to you. If that doesn't work, then we'll count it down, depending on the depth, count it down, 1, 2, 3, whatever it takes, and bring that back and, just keep going down with it lower until eventually, you're on the bottom, and then you're just swimming across the bottom and see what the fish react to, and then
change accordingly.
Go from there.
All right, go ahead.
All right. There's the fish.
You go. Yes.
Somewhere
3 minutes on the water.
There he is.
3 minutes on the water.
Second cast, love.
Second cast, we'll call it.
Yep.
Feisty little thing.
There he is.
Feisty little thing. Nice job.
Thank you.
That's on your swim bait, right?
Yep, that's on the Kitech swim bait.
So tell me about the water. It's a little clear, a little low. Tell me about that.
Yeah, the water, as you can see, it's low. We're at summertime lows. This summer was really low. It came up a little bit just there a couple weeks, and it's going right back down. We're really low. I think we're just above 8 feet on the Shopping Mahupany gauge here. So, this summer, was in the 7s. Looks like we're gonna be in the 7s here very shortly. So yeah, very low, very clear. The fish, you'll see lots of fish, unfortunately, when you see them. You already spooked them. But
right.
So we're going to try to make some long casts and see if we can fool a couple of them and bring them aboard.
Fish on.
All right. There he is.
Yeah.
Nice.
Not a real big one, but it's... Get over here.
Nice. Watch all those... Good job.
Mr. Guide will let you do your job.
Yeah, those hooks are
pretty sharp. All right, send back your mother, your father, your grandparents, somebody. A little bigger.
This time of year, it all depends on the water temperature and what's going on with the water temperature. It did get very cold there last week, so we had a big change and the water temperature dropped 56 to 46 just in a couple days. And, the fish did seem to move a little bit to the calmer water. But this warm spell this week has us right back up in the mid-50s, and so we got fish that are back out in the current, and we still have fish that so we're gonna try to figure out what they want today when we get out there and see what they tell us. But yeah, we'll be fishing a little bit of the current, the edge of the current, and then in some of that back slack water and see what we find out. But yeah, we should be able to get on some and then let them tell us what the pattern is, and should have a good day.
Nice and quiet here, buddy. Fish on.
Nice. Let's get the net. That looks good. Is it a good one?
Yeah, it's a nice one.
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh, beautiful.
Good sized bass. You said that jerk bait Look at how clear you could see this all the way. Look at that. Nice job.
He was happy to get caught.
He was. Look at how he swallowed that jerkbait, man.
He's like, just unhook me, please. Very nice.
That is a beautiful fish.
Yes, it is. But look at that.
That's a dandy smallie.
Yep, beautiful. Yeah, look, he ate that.
He hammered that.
Beautiful. Let's get rid of that dangerous part.
See that, baby.
Look at that. We'll get some pictures of that.
Got it. That's just a beautiful smallmouth bass right there. Chunky, ready to hit, ready to play. That's just a beautiful bass.
Great job.
Thank you, man. All right, back for another day. Thanks, man.
Good job. Thank you.
Let's get some more. Let's get some more. There's a lot of people that wait for this time of year to fish for big smallies. Do you see that too?
Yeah, lots of people call and they all have the impression that this is the time of the year, right? This is the time of year to get the big ones. I think, you know, it's somewhat true, right? Our average size does increase, but we do catch nice ones all year. You know, you just seem to get more of them at this time. You know, all times of the year are good. It is a special time of the year. The fall is a special time of the year. You know, the leaves, the colors, the other wildlife, things that are happening, and then yeah, we get some big fish this time of year. There's another bite. Fish.
Look at you, one right after the next. That's been in your rod too.
Oh, nice jump.
Nice fish. You okay with landing it yourself up there?
Yes, sir. We're good.
I would play guide if you want me to.
No, you stay right there and go get another one.
Oh, that's a hefty one too.
Oh, look at that pretty. Nice dark one.
Look at that smallmouth. Nice
dark
job,
fish.
Buddy. Yes.
Beautiful.
So this is the season that everybody waits for the bigger ones, but also to use crankbaits.
Yeah, get some, you know, something that's got a little action. So you're, you know, in the summer, a lot of jigging. You know, I mean, you can throw whatever, but it's hard to beat the jigs in the summer. They just keep eating them and keep eating them. But yeah, you get out here now, you can run some of these bigger baits and
and catch some bigger fish.
Yeah,
nice going.
And then they get the feedback on, those bellies start blowing up,
and they fight like the dickens. He certainly knows the river, and in fact, we bebopped around a little bit. We're gonna take a short break. When we come back, we're gonna hit a hole that's filled with big smallies.